Hello everyone and welcome back to our Xeelo weekly call. Today we have tons of new features from our developers who have done great job and to fix incidents. So yeah, I would like to highlight, for example, multi-select of object lines. Now you can select multiple lines and set properties to the particular lines. Or for example, designer, we have now option or possibility to search for particular object line. You just start typing and you can find very quickly the object line. All right, let's go through all of the features in more detail. So first one is report, source update, add line for relation for update. You already know that we have in Xeelo report, and each report, I don't know, for example, sandbox history, has its own source. You can have more than one source, and each source has its own type, like insert or update. Insert. Okay, whenever you have two sources, source A and source B, and you set both as insert, you insert the row from source A, like row A, and then insert a row from source B, like row B. So you get two rows in report structure. Whenever you set one insert and second update, you just insert from source a new row, like row A, and then update the row A with additional data from source B. So you will have like data merge from both. So you will have just a one row. All right, and we made a new feature that you can specify according to some key from what, or I mean, on source A and source B, you had to have a particular key that connect both to requests or objects. Yeah. So far, we did it according to relation. So imagine you have object invoice and you have object vendors, and in invoice you just select or pick some vendor from combo box. Yeah, and whenever you save it, it refreshed relations and provide you a relations between vendor and invoice. Uh, there is one problem. Imagine that you have more than one reference, like vendors, like vendor 1, vendor 2, and vendor 3 on that particular invoice. Xeelo had to determine which of that particular relations should be the update source. Yeah, actually, it updates all of them, and it's wrong. Yeah, so now you have two options. First, whenever you set update, source type update, you can see here use relation. So you can use relation, or you don't have to. If you don't don't use relation, you need to specify some key that should be used for update. Yeah. So for example, here I will specify I don't know, item, and here is use for update. So in that business case of invoicing process, like I have one object invoice and three vendors. So I take particular object line, which should be the key. Yeah, make sense? Otherwise, it's already described on our forum. Report, I guess report source. And yes, here is 2 paragraphs that completely explain it. So if you have any question, read that, and otherwise send me a message or something. Yeah. All right. Second feature is adding option for default sorting and filters. All right, it's related to Xeelo user, and we have custom filters like training and shell filters here and so on. So in training, I have something like, when you click on cog icon, you can see that, or cog wheel icon, you can see that we have some general settings, then lines, according which line it should filter, and then we have sorting of the particular requests that are filtered, and actually the result is filtered. So you can set, for example, title should be sorted descendantly. Click apply, and you can see that we have training F as a first one, and training C, and so on. And when you click on cogwheel as well, again, and set ascending, you can see that the ordering is, or the sorting is opposite. All right, next one, add some of defined fields of request that are displayed. Okay, let's go to administration, into some particular object. Okay, for example, training run, and here in lines, whenever you have number, object line type number, you can set that number as a part of selection that should be counted, like totaled. You can get a total value from all requests that are load on IIS, so that are active. So for example, I have total for number test and for test 2. Let's go to user environment, and here there is a small icon right next to filters, like summarization. When you click on it, you can see that test summarization of all those requests are here, like test, like object line test summarization and object line test 2 summarization. Whenever I change the filter and click on summarization as well, it's different. You can see that, right? Or for example, only saved. Okay, not like that. Save a coordinator, and there is nothing. Yeah. Let's try, for example, just a 1. Set here, summarization, and again it's different. Yeah. So it's according to what you filtered in user environment. All right, next feature is multi-select of object lines. Finally, it's absolutely amazing feature. If you ever try to add a lot of new object lines and try to make them, all of them, for example, hidden or something, it's like really terrible way how to do that is click on the first one and click on hidden, second one, click on hidden, and so on. Now you can select multiple. So you can see that we have, for example, test and test 2. Whenever I click on test, you can see all properties related to test, and I can hold command and click by left button of the mouse, and you can see that I have selected both of them. Yeah, and here you can see that I have, okay, wrong selection. We can select another one, for example, training. And you can see that we have few of properties like empty. It's like absolute value, or for example, label is ticked. And few of them, for example, test is searchable, test2 is not searchable, and training is searchable as well. But for all of them, the property search is different, like different value. So it's that small square here, and it's highlighted by n/a. Yeah. The same one is here on width, because training is apparently a little bit shorter than test and test2, and type is different as well. I got combo box number and so on. But you can change easily anything here. For example, if you want to click hide something, you just click on hidden and that's it. Or you can select a different alignment for all of them and so on. Yeah. So it's absolutely nice feature because it's not only for object line, but it's for object template line as well. So we can set all of them mandatory on one click, or two clicks actually. Like mandatory, and all of them, you can see that. Okay, let's click here, refresh, and all of them will be mandatory now. Yeah, it's mandatory. Number has no template line, and there is no template line as well. So once again, here we go, and here we go, and now mandatory. When I click, you can see that exclamation mark, mandatory, mandatory, mandatory. It's really nice because now it's not only, you can actually select more than one, and it doesn't matter what type it is. All of the properties adjust according to selection. So whenever you have select, for example, okay, just a text box, and we have another text box here. No, we don't. So number and number, you can see that we have, for example, separator, precision, min value and max value, only defined for number. And when I select subgrid, it adjusts according to particular items in the selection object lines actually. Yeah. So you can see that what we can set is width, hidden label, and so on. All right. So really, really helpful feature. Next one is shared filters using subscribing feature. Okay. In user environment, we have now under the cogwheel icon, we have now manage filters with one column called subscription. You can subscribe a filter or unsubscribe the filter, or you can copy the filter. Copy is all the way, but new one is subscribe. Whenever you don't have subscribe anything, like you can see that there is only my custom filter and then some tag filters and role filters and status filter, you can't see anything. However, when you click on subscription, it subscribe the filter. I close it, and you can see here the filter which is created by another user. So it's not my filter, it's filter created by, I don't know, somebody else. Yeah, so it's shared filter subscribed. You can get rid of it by a small icon here, like and in the settings on management of the filters, you can see that it's still presented, but without subscription. Yeah. So we don't have to copy the filters again and again and again. All right. Really good one. Next one is add default field request ID to user filters. Okay, back to user filters, and on the cogwheel you can see in detail now request ID. For example, you can choose some particular request or group of requests, for example those which contain 6 inside, apply, and here we go, there's nothing like that. Okay, it should definitely work. What's wrong? All right, let's try 3556. So particular request. All right, maybe let's try erase it, click apply, and there's nothing like that. That's cool. So I need to now try to add 3645. Yeah. So 3645. Like our first one, here we go, it's set. Yeah, it's just a request, yeah, which has request ID 3645. All right, perfect. I will remove the filter. So we can now use request ID as a filter property. Next one, object subgrid designer search for line. One of my favorite feature, whenever you open in administration particular object and click on lines, you can see that on the left side inside the tools tab there is search. You can now search for particular line inside the object. In previous version you can search only through tools and inactive lines. Now you can search through a particular active object line. So for example, let's search for test 2. Test 2, and you can see that I have small rectangle, green rectangle around. So whenever, dashed rectangle, whenever I hit now enter, you can see that I have now active line like test 2. Yeah, and I can do everything. So, and obviously you can see something or search something inside inactive lines as well. And what is really good on it, we can search for some object line that is another tab. Like I have active tab here, attendees. I can choose something in system, for example training request here, training request ID. And whenever I try to type training request, yeah, it's automatically open another tab. Again, when I click when I press enter, it became active. What is really good as well is I can choose for example, I can search for empty object line here. You can see that it scrolls automatically down. So here we go, and click on enter, and I have active object line here. Yeah. So absolutely nice feature. I really like it. Thank you, developers. All right, then we have extension of URL database transfer. I already told you that we have an opportunity to set URL link and token for object transfer or database transfer, sorry. When I open database transfer, I can set it here. Like, I would like to transfer from one environment to another environment some all structure what I already created. So when I click on update, yeah, I have something set in here. So I can provide URL from different environment and token here. Yeah. I would like to use the same environment as the source environment. For example, I have, I don't know, test environment and production, and I would like to set production to be a destination environment. So I would like to copy from test environment to production environment, all of it, like all database structure. I can do that through upload database from URL. I have to provide here link and token from administration, or I can use inside admin, in particular environment, in application settings, there is database transfer, and I can store URL and token, and it will automatically be filled inside that form. Yeah, so I can edit. Here should be some URL. And here we go. Now when I go to environment, into database transfer, and click on upload database from URL, and here we go. Nothing else, just stored something that I will use again and again and again. All right. And the last incident is SQL function that converts base 64 into UTF-8 available for DEX. Let's take a look inside. And yeah, okay, we have now new function that provides a possibility to convert base 64 to UTF-8. Yeah, so from some string to envarchar. And that's it, I guess. Here we go. We went through all of that. And now let's take a look into forum. What do we have new on forum? Yeah, so we have some additional information about custom folders. We have now REST API connectors was extended. And we have a multi-selection of object line. I already told you about that. You can see that we have image, like I said, selection and properties on the left side. So yeah, we have new article about that. And then we have a few new features within mobile application, so they will come soon. We have search in mobile application. You can use a barcode, pretty good. So another article described on the forum and so on. Definitely follow the forum and follow YouTube channel. You will see the newest information what we got. And that's it from my side. So have a nice day. Bye.